All right, lovelies. I'm excited and a little heartbroken over this one. It is time for my liquid and cream highlight declutter. It's gotta happen. It's gonna break my heart, but it's gotta happen. If you know me, you will know I love a good glowy moment. I love a good creamy glowy moment. I have a hard time getting rid of creams, but literally this drawer was just overflowing. So that's gonna be what we're going through today. If we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos, like more declutters. I have to say, we're nearing the end of this declutter series. I think now I just have a couple left, including all my eyeshadow palettes. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed. If you want to see what else I've gone through, I will make sure to have this whole declutter playlist down below. Now, let's get into these creams. All right, I'm just giving you a slight glance at what we've got going on over here. I know I usually show you my entire stash before we get started, but I've already semi-organized it for this thing and I forgot. So I also just got done filming my powder declutter, my powder highlight declutter, and I, at the beginning, put a goal for myself of how much I wanted to declutter. And I said 30%. So for this, because I love my creams, and I'm really scared. I'm a little scared. I am going to set 25%. Yeah, I think it's achievable. 25%, we can do this. Let's go. First off, I am going to take a couple of these things out. These really probably shouldn't be in here. This is the Ipanema Sunset Glow. This is like a shimmery body oil gloss thing. I'm not quite sure why I put it in here. So usually I take these on vacation. I have one of the darker ones, like the really like coppery pretty one, and I usually cocktail them together to like put on my legs or my shoulders when I'm gonna be outside. This Coconut Body Glow from Kopari, I've never used this. It looks rather sparkly. I'm probably gonna pass this along. I haven't even opened this up to see if it's any good. I haven't even ever used this, so I'm gonna just put these to the side. These don't count as getting rid of some of my highlight collection, by the way, because they are not. So first of all, let's start with some stick type situations. So I have a few here. Let me pull those over. So right away, I have this Becca Skin Love. This has never been opened, so I'm not even gonna pop into it. I'm probably gonna put it in a little giveaway because I have a feeling, I was looking online and I have a feeling it's like the Ciate dewy stick. So this Ciate one is just a very, ooh, I just put a lot on there, but it is literally just that. It's just dewiness. So we are, wow, that one seems like almost like it got a little melty. The one thing that I think that might be a little similar to that is this Merit stick. This is the Merit stick in Kava. So this is definitely got more of an actual like sheen and shimmer to it, whereas this dewy stick is just like wet. Boy, I don't know, does this even have any like color to it? I don't think I've ever even used this. So this almost seems like the Danessa Myrick's Dew Wet Balm in like stick form. So I'm not sure. You know what, the one thing I will say is this does have a little bit of frostiness to it, whereas the Dew Wet does not. So what I think I need to do is I'm gonna put this in my like makeup bucket for this month and I'm gonna use it. And if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I won't. So this is kind of going in the maybes right now. We'll see if I change my mind on that. This Merit one I do really like, so that is going to be a keep. So this Becca one is a let go of. So then moving on, I'm honestly not quite sure why this is in here. So technically this is sort of a highlight stick, but in the fact that it's like a nude, like this is one of the matchsticks. So this I would use as a like highlight in the fact that it's lighter than my skin kind of situation, but these are so flipping matte. You would have to have fairly oily skin to really get use out of these matchsticks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I think I've used this once or twice and never grabbed for it again. All right, so here we have two shades of the Matchsticks highlighter. We have this shade, which is Starstruck, and then this one is Unicorn. Well, I don't even love that purple. So right away I'm gonna get rid of Unicorn. I really don't see myself ever wanting like a straight up purple. Well, I guess if you shear it out, it's could be like quite a bit more lavender, but I don't need it. Honestly, even this one, this like Starstruck one is not something that's striking me, so it will get passed on as well. Right, here we have a couple minis. This is the Nude Stick Nudes in Hey Honey. I love this. I have not grabbed for this in a while. Sorry, I think my hand is a little bit wet still from the makeup wipe I just used. There, you can see it there. It's just a beautiful, like, glossy kind of gold. I'm gonna keep this one around. This is definitely a shade that I really pretty much have to use in the summertime. Gosh, I feel like my hand is so shiny now from that balmy stuff. Hold on. That looks nominally better. So this is this little hourglass one. This is Champagne Flash. I don't even think I've used this. Oh, it's such a pretty shade though. Obviously it was like a little mini included in something. It's very pretty. I'm gonna keep it. I mean, I'm not really buying any hourglass, but since I have this little guy, I should probably use it. All right, let's talk about these balms. So if you know me, you'll know that my Dew Wet Balm is not going anywhere. I do really like this for a bit of glisten. This just looks like putting like gloss on your face. There is no color to it. It is very clear, so I think it's very versatile, and I'm gonna keep it. This Flower Day Glow is a similar concept, but this actually does have a sheen to it, like more of a shimmer. So I've used this before. I do remember really liking this, but I also seem to remember feeling like, oh, this is gonna be a product that I only use when I've got my hair in like a ponytail, which is fine. If I know that my hair's pulled back and I'm ready for like a dramatic glowing moment, I like it. And I love Flower Beauty, so I'm gonna keep this one as well. Okay, another Danessa Myrick's product. This I just recently got. This is the Vision Flush and Tiara. This one can be used like eyes, cheeks, and lips. I'm obviously planning on mostly using it on my cheeks. Wow. I feel like this is all gonna be very blended in, so hopefully, hopefully you can see some of these swatches. So this one is definitely gonna be staying. Oh, I actually missed a stick. This is the light sticks from ColourPop in the shade Acting Up. And I remember the last time I did a declutter, I thought about getting rid of this. I think I got rid of a couple of the sticks, and this one I'm getting rid of too. I never use it. This is a very coppery shade. I mean, even if I blended it out, I feel like it would be too dark for me, and I just don't love these stick formulas that ColourPop does. Oh, also, I should talk about these. I'm not getting rid of them, but since they are a highlight balm in my collection, I have the shade, what is this one? Warm Tan? Yes, Warm Tan and Beige. So these are from Salt New York. I am keeping both of these. I'll give you just a little looky-loo. So I'm definitely keeping both of these. It is one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. I love this formula, so definitely keeping these. All right, this kind of makes me sad, but these are the Danessa Myrick's Illuminating Veils. I have the shade Synergy and I have the shade Luna. I got these in a trio pack, and I think I put one in a giveaway. These are very pretty, but I honestly don't see putting them on my face because they have tiny, tiny, tiny little glitters in them. And when you start to buff this product out, you really start to see the glitters more. You can't see it from where you are, but it's enough to the point where I'm like, I don't want glitters on my face. So that makes me a little bit bummed. The only time that I could see like using these is if I was like, oh, I want a little like glow on my body. But truth be told, I'm just not doing that. Like, who am I? I'm not glowing up my body. So I'm just gonna pass these on. Okay, here I have this Revolution, let's see, what is this? It's a jelly highlighter. And I kind of remember liking this, but I feel like it's already started, the color of it is very, very pretty, but I feel like it's already started to dehydrate. I used it like once or twice, and the packaging is bulky. I'm just gonna get rid of it. At this point, I feel like the texture has changed, so I'm just gonna toss it. Oh, one more little balm stick. See, this is what happens when I start digging in here. This is the Milk Makeup shade in Lit. Yeah, this is pretty. I mean, it's just got that like nice little kind of somewhere between gold and champagne moment. It is very emollient, so I think I'll keep this one around. I really just need to start pulling this guy out. That's the thing about minis, is they get lost. So I gotta put this guy in the front of the drawer. Another little mini is this 99% Angel from Nude Sticks. This is a magnetic nude glimmer. So I think I've used this on my cheeks before, but I'm honestly kind of wondering if I could use it on my eyes. All right, on the site, it says that you can use this on eyes, lips, and cheeks. So yeah, I mean, it dries down enough to the point where I think you could use it on the eye. So I think what I'm gonna do is, just for usability's sake, I'm gonna actually end up popping this over into my eye drawer, because I could see this being a really pretty eye topper. Like, boy, it has dried down really, really nicely. So that's what I'm gonna do, but because I am keeping it, I'm gonna put it in the keep pile so we can use it in the count. All right, I got these two out to swatch by each other because I'm not really sure. I mean, they're definitely not a similar formula, but I'm wondering if they're the same tone. So this is the Nars Orgasm. What the heck did they call this thing? The liquid highlighter. And obviously, again, it's in the shade Orgasm. So this is a very, very liquid formula. And then I have the LYS Genuine Aim High Multi-Use Liquid Highlighter. Boy, these are pretty close. The Aim High is a bit more like bronzy. It's a little bit more metallic too. Like this one is like coppery rose gold, whereas this one is like a pinky rose gold. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep both of these. Can I just say though, like shaking this up, I feel like there is a lot of dead space in this package, which whatever, like, I don't know if you're just trying to make it look like there's more in here. If I got one that's like kind of empty, but like just make the packaging smaller then if you're not gonna like fill it. That's what I have to say. All right, here I have this Shape Tape Glow Wand. This is honestly kind of like the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. It's got a bit more coverage and a bit less sheen to it, but it is very similar. I like this. This is something that I tend to like dab on, like if I feel like I'm just looking a little dry, I want a little bit more coverage. I usually use it under the eye, but like, I mean, it's just got that little bit of glow to it. So it's something that I pull out on my no makeup days. So I'm gonna keep this one. I will say though, dollar for dollar, you're way better off getting the Flawless Filter. I did that in my video like eons ago, in ounce to ounce price point. And yeah, I mean, obviously because this is in such a small container, you're better off paying a bigger price, but for a bigger container with Charlotte's. Speaking of Charlotte, I have the shade 2 and 3 in the Flawless Filter. Can we just talk though? I know everybody talks about this, but what the heck, Char? Like, can we work on this packaging? Because if I pay this much for something, I don't want the, like, look, her S, it's just like scraping right off. I just ran my finger over it and one of the S's just slid off. So don't love that. I wish that I hadn't. I don't know who I am in thinking that I needed 2 shades. Like, I'm never gonna go through these, but I am gonna keep them both and try to use them this year. On that note, keeping both of these are the Auric Glow Lust. I have the shade Morganite, the original Morganite, and the shade Pyrite. The reason I got these is because I was like, well, this one's a little cooler toned, this one's warmer toned. The one that's in the middle, I believe that might be Selenite. I could have gone with that one, but I thought, well, this will be nice because I have options and mixability. So sometimes I wear them on their own. Sometimes I like use Pyrite as like a little bronzer moment or like just to warm up and deepen my skin tone a little bit. But if I mix them, it's sort of like my perfect shade. I love these. They're not going anywhere. All right, here we have a couple of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector liquids. So right off the bat, this is a weird reason to get rid of something, but I mean, obviously this is kind of like separated. It's been a long time since I've even used it, but this is the Champagne Pop shade and the packaging is sticky. Like, it's grossing me out. So I'm just gonna get rid of that one. Gosh, it's been a while. Oh, look, Charlotte Tilbury packaging all over the back of my hand. Hold on. All right, I still have like little flecks of red from that label on that package, but we're just gonna soldier on. So this, it's so pretty, but man, I wish the pump, like, I wish you could get less out. You know what? I mean, you can't get this anymore. So it's like, I just feel like I've got so many of these kind of like liquidy, creamy moments, and this one I think I can let go. Ugh, okay, I just opened this up to swatch it for you guys, and it's like a hot mess. It won't stop coming out. So this was the Beauty Crop Lighting Crew. So hands down, this reminds me right away of the Rare Beauty highlighters. There is a shade, and I can't think of the shade right now. It's not the one that I bought, but there is a shade that I tried out in the sample. This is almost a dead ringer. I think it's a little bit creamier, but it's a dead ringer for the shade. So this, it just won't stop splooging out the top. So I'm just gonna put the cap back on this and I'm gonna have to pitch it out, but this one I'm obviously getting rid of. All right, back to Charlotte, darling. So we have 2 of these Beauty Light ones. These are Pillow Talk and then Peachgasm. Now, funny enough, if you were to ask me, I would think that this would be Peachgasm and this would be Pillow Talk, but it's actually the other way around. The darker bronzier one is Pillow Talk. I love them both. I use them as blushes, I use them as like highlighters, so they're pretty versatile, but I'm keeping both of them. Oh, here's another recent purchase. I actually got this when I got the LYS. This is one of those rare beauty products that I was talking about. So this is Transcend, the liquid luminizer. So if I just open this up, like maybe you can kind of see like that formula is so similar to that Beauty Crop one. I've never tried anything else from the Beauty Crop. I got that in BoxyCharm and I really, really liked it, but I just never used it, and the packaging now is just a horror story. So this one I'm keeping. I've only used it a couple times. Now we have all of my Wet n Wild Hello Halo liquid highlighter Mega Glow. Like, I don't know, this thing has such a long name. So here are all 4 shades. So we have this first shade, Halo Graphic, and that's exactly what it is. It's like that kind of like ultraviolet shade. And then we have the shade Rosy and Ready, then Halo Goodbye, and Gilded Glow. So I love all of these. You know what, I'm gonna hold off. I just wanted to swatch these. I have a few Cover FX ones to swatch, those like glow drops or whatever, the custom enhancer drops. So I'm gonna pull those out to swatch next to these and we can see what we should keep. All right, so right away, I'm going to get rid of these glitter drops. These are in the shade Nova. I just don't wear anything with glitter, so we're gonna pop that one over there. Then I have the custom enhancer drop in Blossom. Oh yeah, these are pretty. This is like, I will say the thing about these is they are thinner than the Wet n Wild ones. They have a thinner texture. And then I do have another like holographic one. This one is actually called Halo. It's a different sheen, but let's go ahead and place it next to that other one. It's weird because the base looks kind of gray. Oh yeah, this is like, holy shit, purple. Like, it's definitely more like ultraviolet, but can you see how that texture, now granted, I've blended that out, but the texture is just a little bit thinner on the Cover FX. I don't see myself going for a purpley blue, so we're gonna get rid of that one. This one here is very pretty though. It is a beautiful like rosy gold shade. Why don't I remember that I have these? I've got to put these over here and I'm gonna use them. Okay, the one thing I will say is the packaging on these, especially on the minis, it's kind of sloppy. I don't really love that. But here I have the shade Rose Gold, Moonlight, and Celestial. So I just put little dots here. So these are somewhat close, but not exact. That one's a little bit darker, the Rose Gold shade. And to me, it's not exactly like rose gold. It's kind of bronzy. So then we have the other 2 shades. Ooh, that one's really pretty light. And then the pinkier one. I just don't feel like I need either of any of these. I don't feel like I need any of these. I adored these when they came out. I was like, these are magical, and they really are, but I just don't need them. And this packaging, it just sort of drives me nuts. So I'm going to get rid of all of those. But that does mean, by the way, that I'm going to be keeping all these others. I just think that, you know, this shade I might actually use. In fact, I can mix it in with something else to sort of like subdue it. This pink is a nice, it's like a pinkier pink, you know, whereas the one that was slightly more pinky in the Cover FX ones, it's almost like a little more white. So I'm keeping the Wet n Wild. I'm choosing Mega Drugstore over higher end. Okay, here we have Benefit Sunbeam. I don't even think that they make this one anymore. Yeah, this one is like, it's not doing much for me. It's like, it's got like tiny little reflex in it, but it's just not wowing me. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. All right, how do you think I'm doing so far? Give me a like if you're enjoying this, if you're enjoying seeing me suffer through getting rid of some liquids. All right, one I know that I'm absolutely keeping. This is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Elevated Glow, and this is Cosmic Rose. So I have to say, Lisa, I don't really consider this a rose goldy shade, but it's somewhere between champagne with like a kiss of rose gold. I probably have so much freaking shimmer and sparkle stuck to my hand at this point. You're probably not going to see this anyway, but this is just a very beautiful, dewy, sheer highlighter, and I love it. All right, this is the Ilia Liquid Highlight. This is the shade Nova, and boy, it's been a while since I've used this one. Again, this is one where it's like, do we need a full pump? I will actually say though, I was worried I was gonna have a Lisa Eldridge blush moment because this was like not pumping out and I was like, oh my God, it's gonna get everywhere. But there is a very, very intense swatch of this. I think this is a very pretty shade. I don't know, folks, this is not something that I need, let's face it, but I wanna keep it around and use it a couple times, but do I need it? No, like it's a little highlightier than like Auric is, but it's less highlighty than say like the Wet n Wild ones are, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Okay, here we have the Marc Jacobs Do You. This is the Dewdrops. The Marc Jacobs Dewdrops Do You is the shade, and this is like a really pretty kind of like creamy gold shade. It is very, very intense though. Like, I think the best way to do this is to wear it in your foundation. Like you can see here, it just adds like a beautiful glow. It is like kind of like a really fun like yellow gold, not like a goldy gold. So I think I'm gonna keep this one around. This is another one that I haven't pulled out in a really long time. I remember when I got these, I remember thinking they were super intense, and it was before Iconic London was like really on the map for anything. I think now like they have more of a following, but this is the original highlight. That's literally all it says is original on it. So I'm gonna put 1 drop of this here, and then I'm gonna put a drop of this one also on my hand. This is the Josie Maron Argon Illuminizer. This one was, again, one of those like YouTube faves. I've had this one for a really long time. I feel like it's similar to the Ilia. I obviously haven't used it. It's almost full. Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of this one. I keep keeping it because I really did enjoy it when I had it, but I went through like half a bottle. This was actually like a backup bottle, I think, and I pitched the old one. So I'm gonna just pass this along to someone, and if they want to enjoy it, they can, because I do think it's really similar to that Ilia one, and probably something else that's in this collection, let's be honest. But I am gonna keep this Iconic London one. I think it's really pretty. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna wash this glow off, tally up what we've got, get organized, and I'll be back with the end results. Woo, y'all, I am so excited. Okay, so I am keeping 28, part of which is in here. That also includes this little nude stick, which I'm actually gonna put in with my liquid eyeshadows, because I think that's where I'll get some use out of it, but it was in here, so I'm counting it. So I'm keeping 28 and I'm getting rid of 18. So that means I am getting rid of 39.1% of my liquid highlighter, illuminator, glowy, glossy, glitteriness. So that is pretty awesome. I feel pretty good about that. I will definitely have way more room in my drawer, which is really exciting. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. All right, I did it. I got rid of creams. I'm so happy. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of myself. Now the key is going to be to not get a lot more. That's going to be the hard one for me. I have to say though, I'm really striving to use up my things. That is why I'm doing my deck of panning. That's why I'm trying to pull stuff out every week to be able to use. So as long as I'm using it, I don't have a problem having multiple options. So you'll have to let me know how you think I did down below. That is going to be it. I will see you really soon.